Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camera TV's coverage of the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. Tonight, the lead comes to the half-mile speedway known as the Paperclip for race number 4 on the 2017 season, with the running of the Connors Cure 125 here at the Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia. On tap for tonight, we have 125 laps of non-stop action here with the American Sim Racing Series. These boys have been providing us with excellent shows over the past couple of weeks. We've been able to cover them. Here we come to the first short track stop on the night. Looking forward to watching this one. Tonight we have Katie Reed in the booth with myself. And Katie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I am ready for Martinsville. I've actually been ready. Based off of the race that we saw last week, which was insane. I think everyone can agree that fuel races are crazy at the end, and it was. Jason Stewart came out with the win, which was extremely unexpected, and even he admitted it. So it was really crazy, and bringing that crazy to Martinsville crazy is going to be insane.
Yes, it is. Right now, looking through qualifying session, we have a new face at the top, Logan Runyon, in that number 6 truck. Provisional pole right now with a 19.970. First one to break into the 19-second bracket. We do have a handful of trucks that did not make tonight's race. The 4 of Dylan Hickey, the 26 of Ronnie Osmer, 35 of Mike Sunick, 25 Chris Titus, 41 Tim Knott, the 58 of Austin Fouch, the 62 of Corey Finley, 66 Edward Bray, 83 of Willie Whitaker, and the 08 of Gary Nichols. Not going to be running with us tonight, but that does still mean that we have 36 trucks going to take the green flag here in a short minute 45. So I've never been able to witness a 36 truck field here at Martinsville. It's going to be interesting for me as a commentator. This is the oldest short track on the oldest track period on the NASCAR schedule. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what these boys can do navigating around this. Yeah, we were on board with 89 as he decided to take out the water barrels at the end of pit road, but
I don't think that was a scheduled pit stop there, Wes. I
no,
don't believe so.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
trying to.
I'm looking through these times, Wes, and something that stands out to me is a couple of people that did not practice very fast are up in our top 10. Someone that immediately stands out to me is the 92 of Brandon P. Smith. He actually practiced in 31st position as John Kennedy is going in the infield, having a little bit of fun. But Brandon P. Smith jumped up to the 6th position in qualifying with a beautiful lap. And as these guys grid up, something you might want to take note of is, like you just said, 36 drivers in this field are going to have to attempt this short track, and that is going to be complete chaos.
Yes, it is. All right, got another 10 seconds before we can head over, start getting these guys lined up for the starting grid here tonight. Again, 125 laps on tap. Gonna be some good old racing now for drivers like Danny Rogers, Jason Stewart, and our other winner, Zachary Bosnich. They're going to be pretty content with night. Just, hang around. If they can race for the win, if they don't have to, don't force the issue. They're pretty solid right now. These other guys, though, they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to try and get this win and try to get a spot here in the chase. That's going to happen later on this year as the guys are starting to grid up. We're going to let a couple more pop in here, and then we're going to run down your starting grid. All right. Here we go now. The starting order for tonight, the number 6 of Logan Runyon going to start on the pole here in an unsponsored truck. I believe a newcomer to the series. The 70 of Jonathan Holstein going to start in second. Danny Rogers going to roll off in position number 3. And Ty Hester is going to roll off in 4th. Tom Giannini in 5th. Brandon Smith in 6th. Lee Staples back there in that 64 truck going to start in 7th. Alan Young in 8th. 9th went to Zach Coyer. And Scott Smith is going to round out your top 10. Daytona winner Zachary Bosnitz is going to roll off in 11th. Devin Sarah in 12th. Bradley Cross in 13th. 14th goes to Robbie Baskins. 15th is Chad Finley. Alex Geese in 16th. Dan Matthews 17th. 42 of Jim Foose in 18th. Zach Calloway in 19th. And Jamie Vaughn rounding out your top 20. Justin Vaughn in 21st. Thomas Wagner 22nd. Kevin Mingus in 23rd. Steve Buhala in 24th. Scott Holler 25th. 26th is Pete Baskins. Nick Kaufman in 27th. Michael Atkins Jr. 28th. 29th is Thomas Bergeron. Jared Mogard in 30th. John Kennedy 31st. 32nd is Mitch Brown. And Jason Stewart, with an incredible qualifying time of 4 minutes and 8 seconds, is going to roll off in 33rd. Then we have, I'm going to look and compare the list here. I believe all of those have been eliminated, so we're looking for Jay Graves Jr. is going to roll off here. And Justin Brown in the 81. Those are going to be 2 of the trucks. Looking again, preparing, and I believe that's going to be your starting grid here as pace car rolls off. Now pit entries back here in turn 3. 6 is going to hold them tight here, coming to the start-finish line. Waiting for it. Green is in the air, underway here for the Connors Cure 125 at Martinsville.
Well, you're talking about getting out front. The 6 is gone. The 22 is out there, single file. 33 going to battle right underneath the 70 going into turn 3 already, and that is how short this track is. They'll be in turn 2 as the back of the field will be, as these drivers are already coming around the start-finish line.
Yeah, one truck that's really slow here, the 36, Ty Hester, really slow getting up to speed. He was forced 3 wide coming off of turn 2 on the initial lap. He's back here battling the 31 is Zach Coyer. And still trying to lose that position to Coyer. He's fighting back on the outside, though. He's going to have a hard time here tonight if he cannot get to that bottom lane.
Looks like for the most part, the top 6, top 7, trying to get single file. The 36 hanging there on the outside. That is Ty Hester out there. Looks like if everyone else has gotten down, he's just going to be freight trained, which is normally what happens here at Martinsville.
He's fighting outside of that 31 FireMarshalBills.com Chevrolet with the Ford badges all over it, which is blasphemous. He looks like he's going to pull in front of the 31 right here. Ty Hester's going to clear that spot for 7th. 91 of Zachary Bosnitz. Oh, into the grass, getting into turn number 3, wrecking in the front, 6 around. Everybody, no caution, no caution, no caution.
Leaders in this pile.
No caution. Ty Hester's got the lead.
Oh, there we go. Caution is finally out.
What in the world?
The 01 stuck, 77 is stuck. These drivers have to get moving up front. Our leaders are coming on the backstretch.
Yeah, they're going to have to slow down.
Piled up.
This is over half of the field stuck back here.
Here we go. All right, it looks like everyone will get moving just in time. Here comes the pace car. 22, Danny Rogers has to get around. The 5's behind the pace car. The 80's behind the pace car. If we're not able to get moving enough, the 1 is stuck behind the pace car.
So what exactly happened there? That was just strange. I mean, the leader's out here. Leader got into turn number 3 and got completely loose. He prematurely dirted and ran into the 22 and
yeah, getting out to the front. This is not like Talladega where you're out in the front and you seem to be safe. Our leader spun and fucked the entire field. Literally, the entire field was involved in that.
I cannot believe that. The sixth truck, wow. Starting on the pole and just completely losing it, going into three, over braking, trying to get around this place as fast as he possibly can, locks them up and bends it out.
And it's not just short, it's narrow. This is a narrow track, so if you get stuck between the outside and inside wall, there is literally nowhere to go. Now, luckily for most of the guys, I'm pretty sure all of them but one, were able to get back on the lead lap, able to get going and move up and get in front of that pace car. So luckily, only one driver right now is actually down a few laps, and that's 43 of Steve Holla.
Yeah, there's a lot of damaged race trucks already. We're working lap 8 of the scheduled 125 here at Martinsville. It's kind of expected with Martinsville, though. It's nothing unusual for a Martinsville race.
I mean, it's not like we don't see the pros hitting each other, so this is expected.
And so, what are we looking at temperature-wise there on the speedway there, Katie?
Oof. Well, looks like we got partly cloudy right now. 73 degrees is your air temperature. 99-degree track here. Winds are out of the southwest at 2 miles an hour, so very, very light wind. I think that's not bad with the 73-degree day, but it's looking good.
All right, yeah, sounds like the track temperature is kind of getting up there. Gonna get a lot slicker once we get some rubber built into the track. Pace car is back off. Your leader, Ty Hester, after getting a really slow start, he's going to be your leader here, waiting for the green flag from the flag man on the flag stand. And he's gone. Green flag back into the air here at lap number 9. And, ooh, just a big wad behind him.
It's worth to point out right now as we're watching, 3 wide, the 01 77 64 back behind there. Everyone trying to get in, single file now. As they are starting to stack up. The 3 into the 07. The 3 makes a little bit of a move, catches that truck. Luckily, they come across the line. That 3 is falling all the way back.
Oh, 7's
around.
around.
The 7 is around. Oh, big hit by
Justin
the 43.
Vaughn.
No caution.
48 into it. No caution. There is the yellow.
48 of Mitch Brown finally able to get it going here, as there were a couple of cars that actually fell a lap down there throughout the caution. We weren't able to catch them. It did not register on the menu, but for right now, we have quite a bit of cars 1 lap down. Actually, the top 28 are on lead lap, and we have about 7 cars that are off.
Yeah, just 7. Pulled the same thing as the 6 did earlier. Locked him up underneath somebody and spun out.
Ooh, the 64 is obviously going to bring that truck in. He had a lot of damage. The 01 has brought it in. These are going to be a lot of your drivers that took some of the damage from your first and second wreck here. As, I mean, you see it, it's tough. It is really tough to dodge wrecks because these tracks, like I just said, are so narrow. You get caught in it, and it is hard to get out.
Yeah, and like you said, there is no safe place on the racetrack. As we saw our leader wreck in their early stages, and now in the middle where I like to call it the hornet's nest, where all that is who's in that Sunny D truck?
That is the 19 of Jamie Vaughn.
He's going to get that lap back here, put him back onto the lead lap in that number 19 Sunny D Chevrolet.
I'm really upset because I really want some Sunny D now.
No joke.
Gonna bring it on, and he's got to actually hurry because this is actually one of the tracks where it's dangerous to win the lucky dog, because if you're not quick enough, you could be caught a lap down after just winning that award.
I believe that 91 is going to be one of the examples of that, as Bosnich back on the pit road for the 2nd time this caution. I believe he will go a lap down here.
Yeah, reminder that the 91 of Zachary Bosnich is actually one of our winners from this season. And this really goes to show you that sometimes you can have the highest of highs, and tonight It just happened to be one of the lowest of his lows right now.
And so far, he was running up there towards the front of the pen had come in, trying to get some of that early damage fixed. We should see the lights come off of the pace car here this time around. That's going to leave Ty Hester in front, Jonathan Holstein in second, and Bradley Cross in the number 30 maxed out motorsports truck all the way up to the third position.
Yeah, I want to make sure everyone understands what's going on right about now. 23 drivers are on the lead lap. That's how quick this is going right now. We have a lot of drivers falling a lap down, whether it's from pitting or whatnot, but it is crazy. And we do see Jamie Vaughn is the lap down. He's gone a lap down, receiving that Lucky Dog Award. This is insane.
Here we go. Green flag back into the air. Ty Hester going to make it to the line first with the 70 of Holstein on the outside.
04 going high. Thomas Wagner there trying to keep it off the wall. Just barely able to do it. These drivers dives into that corner. That was an insane dive by him. Looks like 3 behind him. Taking it side by side. 24 able to get clear. 21 now. Scott Smith dealing with the 3. Oh, up in front of him. A little bit of a mix-up. 68. Jay Graves Jr.
Oh,
and they all back
no.
up.
Tell me what you got.
Caution is out. 98 is involved. That is one of our...
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
68 just came down and hit the 1. Trying to get rolling.
This is, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to keep up with all that's going on, but right now, these cars are just bouncing off of each other, and they're barely able to get through. It's one of those pacing nights, it seems, as 68 of Jay Graves Jr. coming off that corner. He just straight up cut down, it looks like. He got into turn 1, actually got knocked by the 04. It was the 04 that knocked him twice, actually.
Well, that 04 had been on a tear through the field, especially during the first caution. I noticed that black and white truck, that Tundra, moving his way through the field. I mean, he's up from 22nd all the way up to 7th right now. Not as big a gain as Michael Atkins Jr., who started in 28th all the way up to 4th right now. But I did notice that 04, he was being highly aggressive towards the back of the field, and so far it's paying off for him. I mean, he's still in the top 10, so good on him. Martinsville's one of the tracks where if you're in the back, you got to get aggressive real early, try to fight your way up to the front so you can try to avoid most of these incidents that we have here.
Yeah, it's almost as if they're trying to get past the wall before the wall closes. That's what it seems
Yes.
like.
And look behind him, though. That 42 of the Menards Chevrolet of Jim Foose,
Hey,
riding
now,
around in 8th.
up 10 spots from his qualifying effort in 18th position.
Yeah, there's only 2 out of the top 5 who actually started in the top 5, and that's the 36 and the 70. Everybody else is from 13th on back.
Hey, big shout out though, the 80 of Nick Kaufman. He is actually qualified 27th up to 11th, but even bigger than that, he actually was an alternate for this race. Someone missed out and he jumped right on in. So good for him, making the best of his situation.
He's a part of that MO2 Racing stable out of El Dorado, Kansas. Okay. Didn't know Kansas had one of those.
Yeah, they're stacking up now. See if they can get a few laps under their belt. 98 still on pit lane right now. Sam Maxwell, he is a very, very talented driver in this series. Unfortunately, just not having the best of luck tonight.
Yeah, that's going to put him 3 laps down, maybe 4.
Yeah, he's got
trying
to
to
get held
blend
up by
in.
the end of the field here.
And here goes the pace car off of the racing surface. Ty Hester is going to lead him back to the line. Bradley Cross to his outside in that number 30 Toyota Tundra front row here. Green flag back into the air.
Ooh, there we go. Ty Hester's gone. He got out front. He is setting sail as the 44 has to catch up. almost goes sideways there in front of half the field. The 70 getting loose there, trying to catch it.
Caution.
The yellow flag.
Save your stuff, stay below fuel.
81, Justin Brown is involved.
Oh, the 77. Okay, no.
22. The 22 of Danny Rogers got a,
Oh,
actually,
no.
it's the 19 that got into the 22. The 19 went a little too low, came up high, and just absolutely sideswiped the 22 of Danny Rogers there. 81 was dodging it at the time, and that is why I called out his number. Did a great job at missing that wreck, Justin Brown.
Yeah, Danny Rogers, one of the winners here. I believe he won at Atlanta this year. So he's got a little bit of a cushion here. He can afford a bad race right now, this early in the season. These rest of these guys, though, I don't know. We're working lap 26 out of 125, so we got 100 to go here. And we've ran 3 laps, maybe 4 laps under green.
We have right now, as we pass on this racetrack, we have run 4 cautions for 16 laps. So between all of the cautions, we've run a couple laps each time to make those 9 laps up under green.
And the 37, Dan Matthews, going to get the lucky dog in that Oreo ride for Matthews Motorsports. So good on him to get his lap back.
Heard an engine. Hold on, someone's engine just went. It was the 01 of Jared Mogard. Oh no, his engine just completely busted, and he will be out for the race.
Yeah, they do not get a fast repair here in this series, unlike a couple of the other series that we cover. So, you run what you brung. If he gets damaged, you're pretty much done.
It has been not that great of a night, unfortunately, for some of our drivers here. Really, really unfortunate. The 68, we mentioned his name, involved in one of the incidents. Jay Graves Jr. He is now out of the race, our first casualty tonight. We do have 35 drivers still active. Of course, Jared Mogard, as we just mentioned, his engine went. So I believe he will turn into our second driver of the night to call it quits. Unfortunately, have to retire from the race. Right now, we have 22 drivers on the lead lap right now. The last one being the one of Jason Stewart, as we just saw, is our latest winner in the series. And the first driver 1 lap down is the 5 of Scott Holler, and behind him, the second car lap down is the 19 of Jamie Vaughn. So they'll be battling for the lucky dog again.
It's our off the pace car rolling down the backstretch here at Martinsville. Ty Hester still out front. New face in the top 5 though, Devin Sarah in that 20 car as they roll out of turn number 4. Here we go, green flag. Back into the air here. That Hitachi Toyota of Hester still out front, gonna have a 30. Breathing down his neck as they come out of turn number 2. Top 5, top 6 are about single file. First battle right now is between the 04 and the 42.
Ooh.
04 into the 77, and he's gone.
The 04 absolutely clobbered the 77 back bumper. That of course gotta have some damage in the front end there. That was a major hit. Oh, the 80 into the 41 behind him. These guys are getting into each other. My goodness.
Yeah, trying to bring y'all all the action as we can, but I mean it's all over the place.
Yeah, I'm watching the 80. Oh, he actually started the 3 right now. Baskets around, caution is out.
Big checking up. And a lot of beating and banging trying to avoid this stuff. Pete Bass is that Under Armour number 3, unfortunately the victim of this next caution. That's a good thing for Jamie Vaughn though. Jamie Vaughn's going to be able to get the lucky dog once again. Get back onto the lead lap.
Yeah, still reviewing this incident, it looks like the 80 was just trying. He was trying to get on the inside of the 3, but he just didn't have quite enough room. He went onto the ledge there underneath him and just completely turned the 3. There was absolutely no room for him there. Unfortunately, the 3, he left a little opening, but it was not going to be enough for him. And where he just got turned around. But luckily, there was only a single car incident. That's what we like to see.
First of its kind here tonight. Trying to pass here at Martinsville is very hard unless you do it on the restart. And you can also use the chrome horn as well, but not a lot of people like that chrome horn. And
another engine went.
Wow.
That is the 60. Oh no, the 64 of Lee Staples. That is not what you want to see here. Yep, and he is towing. He's got to take a tow back. There is no way he was going to get back around with a broken engine. It looks like, looking through this field, and the 33 just able to beat the pace car off of pit lane. Jamie Vaughn did as well. So did the 07 of Thomas Badgerall.
Yeah, this is typical Martinsville style. What we're seeing right now. 36 trucks on Martinsville. I don't even think 3 trucks work at Martinsville. So, still have yet to get a good solid 5-lap green flag run in. Still working lap 36 of the scheduled 125. So we've clicked off another 10.
No, I
looks like
think
the
we
6
will.
and the 80 are going to beat the pace car off pit road there.
I think we'll eventually get there. We're seeing a lot of drivers having difficulty in the back, trying to sort their way through the field again with so many trucks, such a small, short track here. It's tough for everyone to get into their pits, get their tires changed, get out in time for them to make it back. And that, because of that, we have no drivers 1 lap down. We actually have a bunch that are now 2, 3, 4, 5 laps down throughout the field.
And see, we take these guys from, Daytona being a 2.5 mile, Atlanta being 1.5 miles, Auto Club being a 2-mile track, and then we take them from those big tracks and put them into a 1/2 mile track. Nerves are definitely at an all-time high when you come to a short track. Anyway, pace car is off. Ty Hester still in the lead, gets the okay from the flagman and is gone.
Yeah, okay, talk about a boost. He is just getting out there so clearly. The 44 tapping the back of the 70 there. Give him a little boost as the top 4 now go single file battle side by side. The 20 of Devin Sarah battling with the 77 of Alex Geis here, trying to get out of turn 4. 77 not going to have to drive off. 20 is going to get that high side run down into turn 1.
Yeah, but the 20 is trying to fight to stay alive here, because if he gets past with the 77, he's got the 42 right in tow behind the 77. It's not going to be pretty for him because it's single file all behind him till you get back to the entrance of turn 3 right now, and looks like Sarah's going to try to clear him, and he's not going to get there. Alex Geese fighting back on the inside here, battling for 5th. Yeah,
this is your major battle right here, and you'll see these guys start to stack up. This 20 finally getting clear there as he gets to pull down. The 77 not going to have the greatest entry into that corner. He's going to move on up the track. Can the 42 of Jim Boost make it to the bottom? He cannot. I think he's going to give the 77 a little time to get clear, see if they can log some laps. But that 77 having some trouble sticking it to the bottom.
And these guys are going to have to give a lot of breathing room here to make sure that we can get a good green flag run in, as we're pretty much single file all the way back to pretty much all the way throughout the field now. Single file racing, trying to tick off them laps. Ty Hester still out front by a good half a second over the 30 of Bradley Cross. Jonathan Holstein in 3rd with the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. behind him, and the 20 of Devin Sarah rounding out your top 5 right now.
Yeah, I think we finally reached a point where everyone's like, okay, let's just calm down and get some laps in and see where we stand from there.
And it's
56. And he got a little bump by the 19 of Jamie Vaughn there. Jamie now on the lead lap, trying to make some time, but the 56 was not a position for him. The next car he will try to catch here is actually 2 cars up. The 33 of Tom Giannini there in the 18th position.
And see, about where we are right now with the amount of trucks left on the track is about what you would start off with in a C-fix race here at Martinsville. So,
Yeah, roundabout there, and that's what you like to see is a good sized field. We are so grateful to be treated to a lot of drivers with so much talent here in this series, but on a short track, it's almost a little too much because everyone's just trying to break it through, trying to get to the top spots, and there's just so many talented drivers here. It's tough.
and at 36, luckily enough, made it through that first wreck. He is on rails right now, pulled out to a 1.2 second lead over Bradley Cross in the 30. He's actually catching up to the 98 of Sam Maxwell, who is 4 laps down right now, running in 27th.
Yeah, 19 of Jamie Vaughn. He used that lucky dog to his advantage. He is back on lead lap and now has made his move. Has passed rather easily the 33 of Tom Giannini. And again, I think he really just wanted to let him go. The 19 was a little quicker. Let him get through the field there as he actually has 2 seconds to the next car in front of him. So he's got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of give and take happening now. Highlighting a little battle here for 10th. John Kennedy in the 89, 48 of Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown in an incident earlier. I think everybody's been in an incident, so, you know.
Yeah, it's tough to say who hasn't been. I don't think anyone has stayed perfectly clean. Maybe the 30 of Bradley Cross. This truck looks pretty clean, but you'll see a lot of these drivers actually have their back bumper really torn up, and that's just because of all the bumping in the corners.
89, John Kennedy slow into the inside wall there. No caution, but definitely a heads-up moment. Got loose in front of the 48 of Mitch Brown. 81 of Justin Brown. Going to get around him now. 89 is going to rejoin our field back here. Pretty close to 16th, 17th.
Yeah, I think one of the battles I'm actually watching is between the 1 of Jason Stewart and the 37 of Dan Matthews, trying to get by him. These guys are battling for 13th position on the track right now, logging laps as we approach lap 50.
Yeah, I'm not sure about how Oreos taste a monster, but you know.
No, I think I'm gonna, as much as I'm a fan of Jason Stewart, I think I have to go with the 37. I think I'd rather be sponsored by Oreo.
Yeah. I mean, both of them will probably lead to diabetes, so.
Good point. Very good point.
89 back here, getting passed by the 6. 6 is a couple laps down. Has the number 5, Scott Haller, who's 2 laps down right behind him. And the 19 has passed.
The 1 and 37 into the wall on the backstretch here. Caution is not out. Green is still the flag right now. 37 still battling. They're still side by side.
Yeah, 37 came up and pushed him into the outside wall all the way down the backstretch. Both of them still pointing forward. Both of them still going good. And they're still battling right now. Matthews still trying to get that spot away from Jason Stewart. Jason Stewart going to get hung out to dry for a couple trucks here. 37 is clear as they head off into 1, but here comes the number 6 of where you at? Logan Runyon as the 56 coming off of the pit road. That's Chad Finley. Going to be out of the way of these guys.
You're saying to yourself that 6 looks familiar. It's because that 6 is actually our pole winner. He brought out the first caution that caused that major traffic jam, I guess I want to call it. But I was reviewing that incident between the 37 and the 1 truck. It was indeed the 37 that came up on the 1, but the 37 did get a little bit of net code there. So wouldn't give it fully to either driver. I think it was just a close race by them.
Whoa. Okay, we got a slow truck on the field.
48.
24.
Sorry, the 48's dropped out right now. He is not on the track, and I do not know where he went. He is on the lead lap in the field. He is not here on the track.
I don't know, but we pretty much had a stopped truck going into turn 3 there last lap at 24. Alan Young, I guess, trying to come back onto the racing surface after being down on pit road. Very slow into the racing line.
We're getting a lot of drivers either dropping out via Uh, um, oh, the 36. The 36 just. Oh no! Right in front of him, the 33 of Tom Giannini blew an engine. That is not the first time we've seen this tonight.
He's going to have to get off the racing surface pretty quick to prevent a caution. That Best Buy machine going to be retired for the night. Trying to make it to pit road, not going to make it. He's hurting too. And he is gone.
And it's not as if these drivers in the back are blowing up. These are lead lap drivers that are having issues.
Yeah, it's going to put 16 trucks left on the lead lap as Ty Hester's catching up to the back at half of the field.
Ooh, 81 of Justin Brown having some issues on the front stretch. Not quite sure. Oh, he is very slow. I'm looking at. Oh,
Yellow's
blew an
out.
engine. Blew an engine. 81 blew an engine, and he is back off the track.
We'll keep working on this thing for you. How you doing inside there?
I don't think I've ever seen these many engines blown in Martinsville.
Well, there's a lot of people with a lot of front end damage here, and I believe this is an open setup series, so they could have had a lot of tape on their truck. A lot of these guys towards the front have been staying out all race. Should be seeing them coming down to take service here, at least the top 5, probably all the way back to the top 10. I don't think they've been able to hit pit road here with all the confusion that is Martinsville so far. And here they come. 36 going to lead them down pit road. 35 mile an hour is the limit here. And that's going to bring pretty much the whole field down.
Yeah, 17 drivers on the lead lap right now, down to 17 drivers. Every single one of them should absolutely come in here as we approach lap 63 on the ticker.
But getting back to my point, you know, these guys can put whatever kind of tape they want to on the front of the motor. Some of them can take it off, but obviously a handful of drivers did not take off enough tape after receiving front end damage in earlier wrecks. A lot of 2-tire stops here. Yeah, everybody takes 2 tires. Ty Hester's still going to have the lead, I believe. The 70 of Holstein got off in second. Bradley Cross in third. Jason Stewart stays out to lead a lap here in the 1 truck. I know he's been down pit road at least once.
Yeah. I think Jason's actually hit it a few times. He's been towards the back, so he's been able to come down basically as much as he wants, staying around that position. I do want to highlight something unusual that happened under this caution, though. The 07 of Thomas Badgeron stayed out. Didn't stay out for some reason. He was actually in the lucky dog position, and he came in with our leaders. I'm not quite sure what the thought process was there, and because of that, the 5 of Scott Haller received your lucky dog.
And there's the 5 on pit road right now, coming down to take his service.
Yeah, he actually is going to go from 2 to 1 lap down. He was 2 laps down to begin with. We actually have a couple of drivers that are multiple laps down, still struggling here.
Looks like the 24, 31, 6, and 48 are going to try to elect to take the wave around here.
Which I don't think is surprising. I think a couple of drivers just having some issues and getting caught on this short track here. That's going to prevent them from getting all the way back up to where they wanted to be. And they're going to get the wave around here. We'll see them come around. As they do, I do want to mention a couple of drivers out back having to retire here so far. I mentioned early on Jay Graves Jr. was out. We've also had Pete Baskins, Thomas Wagner, Chad Finley, Danny Rogers, Mitch Brown, and Tom Giannini all retire from our race.
And majority of those were blown motors, and pace car is off back here, back in turn number 3. Ty Hester still out in the lead. Going to come to the attention of the flag stand.
Green.
And he is gone. Green is back out into the air here. Lap 66 complete out of the scheduled 125. We are just just over halfway, actually.
Yeah, getting there as our top 3 are starting to go single file. The 44 side by side 20 right now. Michael Atkins Jr. making his way through this field, qualified 28th, now makes his way into the 4th position as they now go single file.
Yeah, good on that 20 to not try to force the issue. But, you know, being stuck here on the bottom, like I said, Martinsville is really hard to pass. So, good to see these boys up front getting single file as they are single file throughout the whole field. Now, the one back here trying to make his way around the 19 of Jamie Vaughn. Jason Stewart wants to try and pick up a couple spots. 19 running a kind of a interesting line around here. Normally you want to be on that bottom near that curb. He's running the middle lane, or the high side technically, here at Martinsville.
Yeah, we've got some unique lines here from these drivers. I think everyone's just trying to find a way around all of the other trucks that they're stacked behind, and we've got a bunch of lap down drivers mixed into our lead lap drivers as well. The 91 is 3 laps down, and he's actually in front of the 89 of John Kennedy, who was on the lead lap here.
Yeah, we have a battle for the lead right now. Bradley Cross, he's been on the bumper to 36 the last 2 laps around. 36 finally trying to get some separation. 30's driving it in there pretty deep. Gonna have a good run coming off of 4, but 36 is gonna have a better run. 30 sizing them up right now. That's Bradley Cross. And that number 30 Toyota back here, he is looking to try and get this lead away from Hester. Here we go. Diving in. He's putting the nose there. He's not going to be able to get there beside him. Thinks better of it. Going to fall back in behind Hester here. Oh, he taps him. 36. 36 not going to be able to save it. 70's going to run into him. 44, 20. 92 involved. 21's going to go around.
Oh man, now the stack up continues. 42 into the 70. They can't get clear of each other. Caution does indeed come out as these guys really stack up. Ty Hester now falling into the 10th position.
A tough break for him there. 30 has already claimed fault in the caution. A lot of these guys are going to try to come down and fix or take some tape off. 44 into pit road, the 20 into pit road, the 70 as well, and those were pretty much your top 5 right there.
Top 5, top 10 all got involved in that. Everyone just trying to make it through, as we've seen this before. Drivers coming down. We'll have a couple of drivers actually go a lap down here if they don't get out in front of this pace car. The 30 though will indeed take the lead there because of that. He'll actually become our 4th leader of the day. Ty Hester had led 68 laps before well, what just happened? The 30 able to get around him, and he will now lead his 3rd lap.
Yeah, 44. Michael Atkins Jr. going to go a lap down here, as well as actually the 20 got off. 80's off. Where is the 70? 70's out back onto the racetrack as well. So out of that whole exchange, the only one that's going to go a lap down is the 44. Michael Atkins, driver in that champion power equipment machine for J. Foose Motorsports.
Yep, just didn't get out in time. Got to go all the way to the back of the field. He's got to actually stop here as drivers come around him because, as we know, the short track tends to make it hard for these drivers to figure out where exactly they need to be. People trying to go fast, trying to catch up. People trying to slow down, trying to get drivers in front of them, and all hell could break loose. But I do want to mention, while we have a moment here, the 5 of Scott Haller received his 2nd lucky dog of the day, and that will put him back on the lead lap here, as right now currently we have 17 drivers on the lead lap. Michael Atkins Jr., although he did lose a lap, he will be the only driver 1 lap down. So if we get a quick caution here, he can get right back into it.
Yeah, he's going to have to bank on that. Because there's definitely going to be some more cautions. I can almost guarantee you that. Less than 50 to go.
You know, Wes, I want to ask you something, because a lot of these leaders, we see that they have damage. What if one of our leaders pops an engine? Do you think that's a possibility?
Oh, it's definitely a possibility. As pace car is coming off of the racing surface, we could see it anywhere in this field, to be honest with you. Bradley Cross going to have command of the field. Green flag.
30 is shot out of a cannon as he gets clear. The 77 not quite able to get clear there. He's trying hard with that 92 of Brandon Smith battling on the outside there, not able to do it. 42 trying to do all he can to push that 77 through the backstretch, can't do it. Out of turn 4 they go. The 42 now side by side with that 92. 42 of Jim Foose having a great race so far.
And everybody's starting to try to blend back into the single file. You got this battle between the 42 and the 92 and the 7 and 37 back here right behind them. You can pretty much get them both into one frame. Jim Foose, owner of J. Foose Motorsports and owner of the league, he's going to force his way up there into the third position. Brandon Smith looking to get to the bottom, going to squeeze in front of the 21 of Scott Smith for the fourth position. 37 still fighting below the 7 back here. Dan Matthews underneath Justin Vaughn. Justin Vaughn in a Flex Seal truck. Not going to be able to hold off the Oreo cookie machine. And here comes Ty Hester around him as well. That's going to put Hester back up to the 8th position.
And that's 7 is having a tough time. Caution is out, looking for it. It looks like possibly the 91 involved there. Yes, indeed. Oh, the 6. I'm not quite sure what the thought process was there. The 6, the 46, and the 91, 3 wide into turn 1. Not going to happen as the 6 gets squeezed in the middle and the 91 goes around.
And just ran out of real estate there.
Yeah, there are places on the circuit that we run where you can force it 3 wide if you really, really want to. This is not one of those places. You can rarely get away with 3 wide here.
Brandon Smith's going to come down at pit road, but I know one driver who's extremely happy to be able to see that yellow flag, and it's that bright yellow truck of the 44. Going to take his lucky dog here, going to put him back onto the lead lap, going to give us 18 trucks.
Yeah, this is really good to see, not only for this race for him to get back on the lead lap, but Michael Atkins Jr. is actually 6th in the points, only 29 points behind Danny Rogers, who is retired, so this is very important for him to get as many points as he can.
Yeah, Jim Foose up there as well. Jonathan Holstein, he's still on the lead lap as well. Jason Stewart, he's been fighting, staying on the lead lap. But Jared Mogart, your 5th place truck in the standings, he has retired. So we got quite a the standings are going to be really shaken up after this race. But we're still early in the season. We have 28 races on schedule. This is only race number 4. Plenty of time for these guys who are having troubles right here to try and get back up towards the chase cutoff.
Yeah, you know, everyone talks about how tracks like Talladega and Daytona can be these wild cards, and so can Martinsville. I mean, with so many cars on this short track, you never know. You know, you can't go out there and say, oh, well, I'm a great short track driver, I'm going to get past all the wrecks, and you just can't promise yourself that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much calling, I know a lot of these guys, race officials and stuff, I'm pretty much calling this hell month for myself, because we have Martinsville, Bristol, and Richmond all within 4 weeks of each other. It's definitely not going to be a good couple of weeks, but we won't see these guys again until the middle of April.
Yeah, 3 weeks from now at Richmond.
At Richmond. So we're going to have the Lance off the pace car this time around, working lap 87 to the scheduled 125, under 40 laps to go. So even though we've had a lot of cautions, a lot of break here in this race is ticking off pretty quick.
It is. That'll happen here. And Wes, I have to wonder, you know, these guys copy the real life truck series. However, it's pretty great that they have a couple off weeks after Martinsville, all these anger problems that might flare up here at the short track. Good to calm down.
Yes, it is. Pace car is off. 77 trying to time it with a 30. He times it pretty good. Alex Gee's going to go to the outside of the number 30, Bradley Cross. Cross got Jim Foose in tow in the number 42, stacking up behind him, though. 21 into
21
the wall.
On the wall.
3 wide into turn number 3. Not going to work, gentlemen.
Ooh, the 21 has to slow down there. 80 looking to force it 3 wide, and he turns to 21. 5 is involved. Oh no, not 5 is Scott Haller. just mention that he received a couple lucky dogs and
How's my radio
24
been today?
involved.
Can you hear me fine?
Really hate to see that. Yeah, just unfortunately, the 80 just knocked the back of the 21, and that's pretty much all it was. Unfortunately, Scott Holler had absolutely nowhere to go on the bottom there. That is, oh, Brandon Smith received a lot of that. The 44 actually received a lot of that as well, and unfortunately, the 5 had to reset.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Brandon Smith is going to be coming back out onto the racing surface anymore. He might go ahead and hang the virtual helmet up for tonight.
Yeah, we do see a couple of drivers here trying to hang on, trying to catch a couple of laps on these drivers that are just now retiring, but for the most part, you have a lot of damage here, and you've blown an engine, you are done for the night.
Yeah, there goes Michael Atkins Jr. Oh man, that's gonna really hurt him in the points.
Yeah, that's now, if I'm correct, that is 3 drivers in the top 6 in the points that are out of this race.
Yeah, well, at least they will still score a couple points. There's a lot of drivers that have been out for a good long while here. Worst they can finish, I believe, would be around the 24th, 25th position. So, not too bad of a night for them, but you know, it's still been a pretty crappy night for them.
Yeah, you are correct. And for any fans that don't know how we can assume that they're going to finish, is because the 25th and 26th position are 33 laps down right now, and we have 33 to go when we cross the line this time.
Well, that and they're not in the server anymore too, so.
Very true. Looks like the 6 of Logan Runyon will move up into the lucky dog position, as a couple of our drivers trying to sort their positions out in the back, having a difficult time, trying their best at the moment.
Yeah, the spotters having pissing contest talking about who's got the cleanest truck.
That's gonna be it's gonna be a difficult contest because these guys are all banged up.
Well, Ty Hester back into the top 5 right now. New to the top 5 though, Zach Calloway has number 45 Fanatic Chevrolet for J Foose Motorsports. He is up to 4th position, and then look behind row number 3. You got Jason Stewart, last week's winner, all the way up to position number 7 here in the late goings of this race.
And Jamie Vaughn, we mentioned he got a couple of lucky dogs. Good to see him trying to make his way up through the field here. And even the 80 of Nick Kaufman was not able to qualify on time, was able to get in as an alternate. So way to take advantage of that opportunity, and he is in the 9th position, top 10.
All right, pace car is off of the racing surface. Once again, Bradley Cross going to bring the field to the green flag. Green flag's out in the air. Big check on the inside. 77 just did not get going. Jim Foose going to go to the inside of the other. Oh, it's 45 is loose behind him. That's going to be pretty bad coming off of number 2.
Not so bad, as he luckily gets down in front of that 19. That 8 is going to dive down into the inside of him. The 45, the 1 gets into the 37. They've had issues before, as they are starting to stack up back here at the 45, and 80 will be your first side-by-side battle right now. That is for the 7th position on the track. As the 45 gets out of whack a little bit, the 20 of Devin Serra. We've seen him be very fast in this league. The 19 forcing his way down in front of the 70. He wants into that battle.
Sonny D trying to get a couple positions. He's going to go to the inside of Devin Serra here. Going to try and muscle around him. He might get into the door here coming off of turn number 2. Jamie Vaughn making a power move there. Get around to 20.
I mean, very much so. Luckily, they're able to go single file now. The 70 giving a little bit of a jump to the 7 as he's having issues here. In front of the 89, we saw the 89 of John Kennedy entertain us during qualifying. He's making his way up through the field. Gonna go down to the low side on the 7, make that pass rather easily, I might add, as the 7 of Justin Vaughn just having a few issues here.
Yeah, 77 really slow on the front stretch. Jason Stewart just got past him for the 4th position. I believe 77 got into the wall coming off of a turn here, but right behind him, 19 working his way underneath the 45. 19, he's coming. He's hungry now.
Yeah, it really is, as he qualified 20th and received a couple. Oh, the 45 got absolutely sideways there. I apologize. Zach Calloway, I mean, you could see the numbers if you were in the car
77, 80's around in turn number 2. They're still pointed straight, though. If they can
No
get
caution.
rolling.
No
caution.
That's why you got to be quick here. 3 wide into turn 3. That's not going to work, boys. 77 backs out of that. Probably a smart idea on his part, as this is getting very dangerous here. The 7 side by side with the 20.
Yeah, don't know what happened to the 77. Just that last restart is like he forgot to open up a brake fan duct or something. I mean, he just fell to the back there.
Just having some issues.
Ty Hester all the way up to the 2nd position here. Jim Foose back here in 3rd. Dan Matthews in 4th. And Jason Stewart, your top 5 right now. 80 and 45. Nick Kaufman, Zach Calloway, your closest battle on the track between the lead lap cars. There goes 7. Yeah, Justin Vaughn going to take away that 8th position from Zach Calloway.
Yeah, he's blinking a little bit too much for my taste.
Yes.
It's got to be nervous times for that 45. Zach Calloway behind him.
70 into 77, battling side by side back here for the 12th position. 70 is going to get underneath, bring the 07 with him. A lot of 7s there.
Quite a bit. You are correct. The 89, though, taking it to the low side on the 20. See if he can hang down there on the bottom side. He can for the time being as they run down the backstretch. They go. The 6 behind him, that is not 4 position. He goes on the inside of the 20. The 6 is actually 1 lap down right now.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Lucky dog.
he
He's
turned
turned by the
the wall.
20.
Caution is not out yet. And watching what happened there. And it looks like, yep, the 6 just came up and squeezed the 20 into the wall, it seems.
Oh, hold on. Was that a little retaliation?
Yeah, it was actually the 6 that put the 20 in the wall, and then the 6 went into turn 4 and took out, or tried to take out, the 20.
Oh, no, he did take him out.
And the 7 is involved in the caution out right now.
And that's good. That gave the 20 his incident limit.
Yeah, it did. The 20 is out of the race. The 80 heavily involved in that incident with the 7 that brought out the caution. Down the backstretch they went. Actually very familiar to what happened to the 20 of Devin Sarah to take him out of the race. 7 squeezes the 80 into the wall. It looks, actually no, I'm sorry. The 80 came down on the 7, turned them into the wall, and ruined both their trucks. Almost complete chaos right now.
Well, I didn't realize that they had a incident limit, but they have a 17 incident limit on these races, and here comes the 6 to get his lucky dog.
Yeah, the 6 for all his battling, getting that lucky dog. Well, I believe Toby Cross almost got to a 2-second lead before that caution came out, so very well done by the 30. He's led as they cross the line 36 laps this race. Behind him is the lap leader with 68 on the race. That is the 36 of Ty Hester.
I guarantee you one thing. Half of these drivers are not going to want to come to the hauler Monday morning or tomorrow morning. Admin's got a lot of work to do here tonight to try and sort through all of this calamity that has been Martinsville. But that's any Martinsville race. In point blank. I mean, every single Martinsville race on this service pretty much ends up this way. There's nothing that you can do about it. 94, Kevin Mingus on pit road.
Yeah, those are your drivers pretty much 8th on back. You've got a couple of them pitting. Actually, I think Kevin might be one of the only ones to pit. The 6 is going to pit after receiving that lucky dog, I believe. So that'll put a few drivers in lead lap down on pit lane here.
It's got DB3 imaging on that PMP Motorsports Tundra. Good to see him out here. I know he actually races in real life, and he was running some dirt earlier this week, the IRL version. So good to see him out here running with these boys. Robbie Baskins behind him at 46, still fighting to stay 2 laps down here. He's going to need a couple of quickie cautions, but we're going to throw it to Katie Reed for our race summary.
Yeah, gonna give it to you rather quickly here as they are down the backstretch about to restart here. Our current leader is the 30 of Bradley Cross. He's led 38 laps, 110 complete of 125, 4 lead changes, and 10 cautions for 45 laps.
All right, pace car has been off for a little bit here. 30 of Bradley Cross going to get the green flag. 42 is going to be underneath the 36 here as they work their way into turn number 1. 37 really squarely behind him into the grass. Oh, he's loose coming off the turn. And going to check up pretty much the back half of the field here. The 1 has the 19 to his outside, Jamie Vaughn. But our leader, Bradley Cross, he is gone.
Yeah, 37 tried to catch it down the front stretch, could not do it in time before the 1 and 1989 all making themselves slow down to let him get caught up so they wouldn't be involved in a caution there. Very heads up move by those drivers behind him. Very well done. As we're crossing the line here, we've got 13, now 12 laps to go.
Yeah, time is winding down. Can the 36 of Ty Hester do anything with that 30? Bradley Cross was pulling away there on that last run. And meanwhile, you got the 42, Jim Foose. He's looking hungry. This was his only race win of last year. Came here in Martinsville. So, you know, he knows how to win here. But, I mean, could give it up to the 37 and the 19 back here. I know Jamie Vaughn's got a pretty fast truck back here in that Sonny D machine.
Yeah, as if these drivers haven't had enough fun tonight. They're trying to bring it on home as clean as they can, although it's not really going to work out for a couple of these drivers as the 19 gets absolutely sideways but saves that truck. We've seen quite a few rather nice saves here tonight, so we can go home knowing that. The 89, though, going to dip down low on the 19 here into turn 3. 89 trying to complete that pass. He will for the time being as he moves up into the 5th position.
Yellow's out.
Save a little fuel.
Looking for it.
I don't see the reason for it.
Oh,
I
it's probably
apologize.
another blown motor. All right, I'll look on board at the 46 real quick. Somebody blew up, I believe.
Oh, I think it might have, was it the 6? It might have been, no, I'm not quite
Looking
sure
for
who
it.
it was.
I
I can't
can't-
find him on the
Yeah,
track.
Can't find him either. Let's see if...
Oh, I think it might have been the 7 of Justin Vaughn. I think was the gentleman that had a few issues there. We've only got one driver on pit lane, and that is, I believe, the 70. No, I apologize. It's the 80 of Nick Kaufman.
I'm trying to see if it was him or not. Zach Coyer has left us as well in the 31. That might have been a while back.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. A couple of drivers
Oh, yeah.
retiring while we were under green, but right now,
Seven
this
got
should
his
be our last restart of the night here, so this is going to have to be a good one. The 46 in the meantime, Robbie Baskins will receive your lucky dog as he makes his way onto 1 lap down. He was 2 laps down before this caution, so he will make himself the lone driver 1 lap down, so he's pretty much secured that position in, looks like, 13th.
And now we have to hope that we get these guys lined up side by side before lap 123, because they don't run just a white and checkered. They have to run at least a green-white checkered in order for it to go official. The admins will throw or extend a caution to let the race end under caution if they only have a 1 lap shootout. as one of the rules, kind of special to this series, but they just don't want to have a bunch of last lap calamity, as you know, if you've ever ran an official race on iRacing, you know will happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle here towards the end, though. Like I said, our 2 lap leaders here, Bradley Cross with 48 and Ty Hester with 68, are your front row here. If we can get back under green flag conditions.
There's only 12 trucks left on the lead lap here. Robbie Baskins did get a lucky dog, but that's as far as he's going to get up. He's pretty much solidified himself into the 13th position. Lights are off the pace car. We're going to go back to green with 3 laps to go. Now, if caution does come out, that's going to end the race, freeze the field where they are. This is the last chance for the 36 to see if he can try to make some move on that 30. Who's your horse here, Katie, real quick?
The one that doesn't wreck.
All right.
That's what I'm going with at this point. Hey, our first caution was our leader wrecking, so who knows?
Green.
And green flag's back out. Slow start. 42 sticking with him. 36 sticking with him. And 37 diving it in pretty deep. 30 is going to be clear of the 36. Now can Ty Hester make the move on to Bradley Cross? 37 dove it in there way deep in that Oreo truck. Ooh,
19 around. That'll bring up caution. No caution yet. No caution yet. Ooh, still wrecking back here.
2 to go. This is not going to be good.
The caution has got up. I think we have a few drivers hitting the limit. So many drivers just went off the track.
Quite a few have probably hit the instant limit. White flag for Bradley Cross here. Ty Hester, he's right there. He just needs to be able to get to the inside. If he can put his bumper on him, he will. Rolling off of turn number 2. 30's loose.
30 get out of whack. He's not going to be able to keep it down there on the bottom. He's going to dive it, though. Not going to be able to hold it.
Oh, he's going to wreck him to win it. He's going to wreck him to win it. The 30. Bradley Cross going to win here.
And the 42 and 89 come across the line sideways.
Martinsville for the Connors Cure 125. I don't know if that's going to go down in post, but
oh my goodness.
Ty Hester goes from getting to the lead to finishing in 6th, the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, we had half the lead lap get disqualified from this race with about 3 to go. I think that's what caused a lot of confusion for a little bit, but a couple of drivers running away. 30 tries to keep it active, tries to catch it, dives it into the turn 4 corner, and unfortunately the mix-up between the 36 and the 30, the 30 brings it on home.
Oh, no. I mean, we all know what happened there.
We saw what happened.
He wasn't trying to spin him. He was just trying to rattle his cage.
Yeah, that 30, he got into the corner. The 36 came down. He had it cleared. And the 30 just driving up off, clipped the 36. Nothing about it. The 42, I think, was trying to make his way through. But as he was trying to move up, he clipped the 36 and came down on the 89. But the 89 was able to come across the line first. And that was a hell of a finish for second position.
Yeah, as many cautions as we had, this was still a pretty decent race to call. 30, Bradley Cross, your winner here tonight. As we should be getting your final results on your screen here in momentarily. And here are your unofficial results for the Connors Cure 125 here at Martinsville. You got Bradley Cross, your winner here tonight. John Kennedy beating Jim Foose to the line by a couple 100ths of a second. Going to finish in 2nd. Jim Foose in 3rd. Dan Matthews in 4th. And Jason Stewart's going to round out your top 5. Ty Hester is going to finish in 6th. Robbie Baskins is going to make his way all the way up to the 7th position. Jamie Vaughn, 3 laps down in 8th. Zach Calloway in 9th, and Jonathan Holstein going to round out your top 10. Kevin Mingus in 11th, Logan Runyon in 12th, Nick Kaufman 13th, Sam Maxwell 14th, Justin Vaughn 15th, Thomas Bergeron in 16th, Scott Smith 17th, Devin Sayre going to come home in 18th. 19th went to Alex Geese, and Zachary Bosnich is going to round out the top 20. 21st went to Scott Haller. 22nd, Michael Atkins Jr. Brandon Smith in 23rd. 24th went to Alan Young. Zach Coyer in 25th. Tom Giannini in 26th. 27th, Justin Brown. 28th is Mitch Brown. Jared Mogard, 29th. And 30th, Steve Buhala. Lee Staples in 31st. 32nd went to Chad Finley. Pete Baskins, 33rd. Thomas Wagner, 34th. 35th, Danny Rogers and Jay Graves Jr. Going to bring it on home in 36th. So we do have our top three here in the TeamSpeak. We should go ahead and bring up that number 42 of Jim Foose.
You are
Jim.
correct. Jim, you got us?
I got you guys.
Fantastic, bud. Well, walk us through, I guess. That was very eventful for you, particularly, especially at the end there. But let's start at the beginning. How do you think that race started out for you?
We started out, we qualified mid-pack, which you guys have well documented that we have struggled in qualifying this year. And it was kind of nice to start somewhere that didn't start with a 2 or a 3. Started off pretty well, was running really good in the beginning, picked up a lot of spots. They had that big wreck, and we got a little bit of damage in that, and it kind of tore us up that we maybe needed to pit and repair a little bit more. But overall, I mean, it was really a great race. Just really happy to have Rust-Oleum Rock Solid, which is available at Menards, 11% off this week, mail-in rebate, and glad to get a top 5 finish tonight and a solid finish. I think we're going to be the points leader coming out of this, so that's always exciting. But really wanted to get a win.
Yeah, you should definitely be the points leader after that one. Pretty much the top, or 3 out of the top 6 had a lot of trouble here today. Now, from an admin's point of view, there was a lot of beating and banging. You going to be looking at that like, boys have at it, or you going to go through and individually look at each incident here?
It'll be an individual review of each incident, but there will be a couple things. I know I've already, the Facebook is blowing up here on my phone already. Some complaints about one of the drivers out there, and I would probably agree. I saw the guy kind of being a little bit aggressive, but we'll let our race team alliance make that decision. I won't make that decision fresh out of the truck, and we'll let them make it and have those penalties and what have you on Thursday available for everybody.
All right, 10-4. You have anybody else you want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, I gotta say, man, I wish I could have won this race. We won it last year, and that was really exciting. But huge shout out to our team owner. She's laying down over here on the job and purring away. So great to have a team owner like that. And my dad's watching. I think my grandpa's watching. But it's really happy with everything. Chevrolet, it's the best truck you can have. We've proven it all these years.
You got that right. All right. Well, good run out here tonight. It was your third place finisher, number 42 of Jim Foose. We're going to bring in our second place finisher, the 89 of John Kennedy.
Yes, indeed. John, you got us?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through this race because it seemed like it was pretty eventful for you. Qualified 31st of the night, so you had a lot of, let's say, obstacles to come through. So tell us about your race.
Yeah, I didn't really want to be mid-pack, so I elected to start back there. And ended up working our way up. I got in a little bit of trouble about halfway through, and we had a little bit of damage and got it fixed. And just run around the rest of the way until probably the last 20 laps.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense battle there at the end. You barely pulled it off. I mean, it was about 4/100ths of a second there at the line. Walk us through that last lap, though.
Last lap, I was pretty much going for broke. I was actually hoping something was going to happen, but coming out of 4 when I guess Cross and Hester got together, I just went high, and Jim come down and got me. As soon as he hit me, I turned my wheels to the right. It was almost like a Can't remember the people at Darlington or whatever.
Craven and Bush.
Yeah.
Awesome. Got anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, I gotta thank all my teammates over at Maxed Out Motorsports, St. Motors Foundation, Twitchy Race Reports. Probably forgetting somebody.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. That should move you up to points pretty good here. So again, congratulations, and hope to see you back in the booth sometime here soon, bud.
Thanks.
All right, that second place finisher, the 89, John Kennedy. But we have to make way now for our race winner, number 30, Bradley Cross.
Dan.
Yeah, Brad, you got us?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Well, talk about that finish. That was a hell of a race from you, leading 53 laps on the night. You actually led only 3 laps more than we had in caution. So it was pretty tight run for you. You were able to break it through there at the end. Talk about that.
It was definitely interesting for sure. The cup race last night with the Gasser series, I wound up winning the cup race there, and I felt good about going into tonight, but I wasn't too comfortable, I guess you'd say, as I was struggling on new tires. I got better as tires wore off and the run got going, but the way the cautions were going, I didn't really figure we was going to get a long run there.
Yeah, it seems for the most part it was pretty tricky for a lot of these drivers with so many trucks racing on this one short track. It was bound to be a little bit of a cluster there on the track, but it seemed for the most part you had a decent race, qualified 13th, and you were able to make it obviously all the way up to the top spot there. Coming down to this final restart, though, what was going through your mind there?
I figured Tyler's gonna try and pay me back for it. I mean, we talked about it like as the race was going there, and it was just a racing deal. The first time me and him got together, he kind of missed the corner getting into 3, and I got underneath him, and we just kind of met in the middle. Like I came up a little bit, and he was trying to come down. It was just a race deal. I mean, I got him, but I mean it was just we kind of met in the middle, and the same thing happened there too. I got loose coming out of 2, and tried to gather it up as quick as I could, and we went into 3, and it's just the same thing happened. I still had just a nose on his left rear, and I was trying to keep it down. Sorry, just the same thing. We just kind of got together again. But as soon as I seen him spinning there, coming to the checkered flag, I downshifted the 3rd gear, and I stood in the gas and just drove it as straight as I could.
Yeah, well, we saw that ending. It was it was extremely exciting, and we have to thank you for putting on that type of race here. And again, congratulations. Is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to or thank you?
Oh, absolutely. Just all my guys at Maxed Out Motorsports, my whole team over there, everybody from Chris Titus to Zach Bosnich, Jared Mogard, Kennedy, Nick Hoffman, just all my guys at Maxed Out. Just, we all work together real good. We always seem to bounce ideas off each other, and if it wasn't for them guys, I probably wouldn't have been as calm as I was there at the end of that race.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we appreciate it. And again, very, very big congratulations on your win here tonight at Martinsville. And you should pick up quite a bit of points there in the standings. Came in tonight looking rather nicely in the 8th position. But again, you finished in front of everyone, and quite a bit of drivers in front of you had a lot of issues. So we're going to wish you the best of luck in a few weeks here going to Richmond and try and get another good finish there.
Yeah, most definitely. I like Richmond too. It's another short track, and I've had some luck there. I've had some bad luck, but honestly, I'm just ready for the dirt series to start up. So that's more my specialty is the dirt racing. So hopefully we can see what we can do there.
I hear. Well, again, congratulations. And that was the 30 of Bradley Cross here, finishing in the top position after a very exciting race. It was, what's a few words I could throw out there? Spicy. I think that word comes to mind when I'm talking about this race. It was rather spicy tonight as a couple of drivers, the attitudes were flying. We had a lot of anger out there, and I think that we're going to be looking forward to this 3-week break moving on to Richmond.
Oh yes, definitely. A lot of attitudes always fly out of short tracks. I mean, this is typical Martinsville fashion. Um, it was still, for as long as this race was and as many trucks as were out there on the initial start, this was a pretty, I would put in air quotes, clean race. Um, very, very competitive throughout the whole field. Yet again, um, even though we did run a ton of caution laps, I mean, these boys still put on a good show. Good to see them. Good to see them. Run pretty good. We do have to give a shout out to Sean Music. He did sponsor tonight's race for sponsored and donated to Connor's Cure. That's the race sponsor tonight. Congratulations to Bradley Cross on winning the Connor's Cure 125. And moving on to Richmond in 3 weeks, we're going to see a lot of the same stuff, except at least it's not in a as tight package. Also, interesting note, Jonathan Holstein and Jim Foose are the only drivers to finish in the top 10 in every race this season. So that's going to be good on them in the points and for them moving forward. But for Katie Reed, Cafe Olay on the ones and twos on the production side of things, and myself, Wes Demess, we are OCTV. Thank you for watching this broadcast of the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. We will see y'all in 3 weeks.